All right, so we're going to deep dive into Sim Insights and this platform they have called Hyperskill,
Okay.
AI, XR, all that jazz.
Sounds good.
And honestly, when I first saw this whole thing about democratizing immersive learning experiences, I was like, whoa, what does that even mean?
Yeah, it's a mouthful, but also how.
It is ambitious, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But what I find really interesting is that, they've been around since 2009,
Oh, wow.
but they really only leaned into XR around 2016,
Okay.
right when VR and AR were taken off.
Got it.
So they've had some time to really watch the tech evolve and think about how to make it accessible.
Okay, so that's where Hyperskill comes in. This
Yeah.
new code platform.
This is where it gets really interesting for you as a teacher,
Okay.
especially as a teacher.
Right.
So you remember those old educational software programs?
Oh, yeah.
Super clunky, hard to use?
Yeah.
This is designed to be the opposite.
Okay.
Drag, drop, design,
Easy.
no coding needed.
They even have AI helping you out along the way, like suggesting responses for virtual characters.
Well, hold on. AI is suggesting dialogue.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick. I could see how that would save a lot of time.
Yeah.
But what about teachers who just want to jump right in with like
Oh.
ready-made content?
Yeah, I've got that covered too.
Okay.
It's called Skillful. It's their library of pre-built simulations,
Okay.
and it's growing so fast.
Wow.
Like 30 to 40 new simulations per month?
Wait, 30 to 40 new simulations every month?
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's a lot.
What kind of stuff are they covering?
So they have everything from crime scene investigation for like your forensic science class
Cool.
to operating a CNC machine
Nice.
for your shop students or your tech students.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's all powered by Hyperskill, so you know the quality's there.
Right.
But here's where it gets really exciting.
Okay.
This is what I think you were most interested in,
Okay.
the marketplace.
Okay.
Imagine a place where teachers can share and sell the incredible simulations that they create.
So instead of just using pre-made content, teachers can become creators themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about it. Teachers, like, you are on the front lines. You know what works in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what engages students, what helps them learn.
Right.
And now you have the tools to build those experiences and share them with a huge audience.
Make some money from their expertise too, right?
Of course.
I mean, let's be real. Teachers deserve to be compensated for all their hard work and creativity.
Absolutely. It's a win-win. Teachers get to unleash their creativity, share their knowledge. Other educators benefit from this wealth of high-quality learning resources.
Right.
And who knows, maybe some teachers will become like Sim Insights rock stars with their simulations being used in classrooms all over the world.
Okay, so how does this marketplace actually work?
So it's not publicly available just yet,
Okay.
but SimSights is actively working on it.
Okay.
They envision a platform that connects teacher creators with a massive audience of educators.
Yeah. Who are hungry for engaging content.
I bet teachers are already bursting with ideas.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
And I think, this marketplace could be a real catalyst for innovation in education,
Yeah,
allowing teachers to share best practices, collaborate, and learn from each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
But what about teachers who are, they're new to all this
Right.
XR AI stuff?
Yeah.
Like building a simulation from scratch might seem really daunting.
Yeah, that's a valid point. But remember, Hyperskill is designed to be user-friendly,
Right.
and Sim Insights is offering tons of support and resources,
Like what?
including tutorials, documentation, and even professional development programs.
Okay.
They really want to empower teachers to become creators regardless of their technical skills.
And let's not forget about SimGenie,
Oh, yeah.
which, uses AI to generate entire simulations in just a few clicks.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
You just give SimGenie like a creative brief.
Okay.
The subject, the grade level, the characters, the environment.
And it does the heavy lifting.
Wow.
It creates a fully functional simulation with dialogue interactions, even assessment features.
So even if you're not a tech whiz, you can still create amazing learning experiences using Hyperskill and SimGenie.
Exactly.
It feels like the possibilities are limitless.
The possibilities are pretty much endless.
Yeah.
And that's what's so exciting about this whole movement.
Yeah.
It's about empowering educators to become true pioneers in immersive learning, shaping the future of education in ways we can only begin to imagine.
Speaking of shaping the future, let's talk about the potential impact of this marketplace on the educational landscape as a whole.
Okay.
It feels like we're on the cusp of a major shift with teachers taking on this new role as creators and entrepreneurs.
What's fascinating to me is the potential for like network effects.
Right.
The more teachers create and share simulations, the more valuable the marketplace becomes for everyone.
Yeah.
It's this like virtuous cycle driving innovation and raising the bar for educational content.
And that in turn benefits students
Of course.
who get access to, richer, more engaging learning experiences. It
Absolutely.
really is a win-win-win.
It is.
But what about the practical side of things? Like,
Yeah.
how will schools and districts support teachers who want to create and sell their simulations?
Right.
Will there be funding opportunities?
Yeah.
Will teachers get release time to work on their projects?
Those are excellent questions, and I think we're going to see a lot of experimentation and innovation in that area.
Yeah.
As the marketplace takes shape, some schools might create dedicated innovation labs
Okay.
or offer mini grants to support teacher creators.
Interesting.
Others might partner with businesses or universities to provide mentorship and resources.
It's almost like a whole new educational ecosystem is emerging with teachers at the center of it all.
Exactly. And the best part is that this ecosystem is driven by the passion and expertise of educators like you.
Yeah.
You're the ones who know what works best for your students, and you're the ones who are going to lead this revolution in immersive learning.
Okay. Yeah. I'm officially hooked.
Awesome.
But before we get too carried away,
Yeah.
let's take a step back and consider some of the challenges
Okay.
and potential roadblocks that might arise as this marketplace evolves.
For sure. Yeah, I think one thing that immediately comes to mind is quality control.
Okay.
With potentially thousands of teacher-created simulations hitting the marketplace, how do educators know what's good and what's not?
Right. It's not like every teacher is a master game designer or a instructional design expert.
Exactly.
Will there be like some kind of review process or something?
Yeah, I think SimInsights is definitely aware of this challenge.
Okay.
They're going to need to establish some sort of vetting system,
Okay.
whether it's peer review user ratings or, a combination of both.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And, it'll be interesting to see how they handle things like curriculum alignment.
Oh, yeah.
Will they have tags or categories based on subject matter and grade level?
Right. Because a simulation on fractions for third graders is going to look very different
Very different.
than a simulation on molecular biology for high schoolers.
Exactly.
They'll need a way to, make it easy for teachers to find what they're looking for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then there's the question of intellectual property.
Okay.
How will they protect teachers' work and ensure that they're fairly compensated for their creations?
Yeah, that's a big one. I can see some teachers being hesitant to share their hard work if they're worried about someone else profiting from it.
Right.
They'll need like clear guidelines and legal protections in place.
Definitely. And what about accessibility?
Okay.
Will all simulations be designed with like universal design principles in mind to ensure that they're inclusive
Yeah,
for students with disabilities?
that's crucial. We can't have a marketplace that inadvertently creates barriers
Right.
for certain students.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it'll be important for SimInsights to, provide guidance and support for teachers
Okay.
on how to create accessible and inclusive simulations.
Got it.
And then, there's also the question of equity in terms of access.
Okay. Will the marketplace itself be accessible to teachers in low-resource communities?
Yeah.
Will there be discounts or subsidies for schools that can't afford to pay full price?
It strikes me that this marketplace could actually be a way to level the playing field by giving teachers in under-resourced schools the opportunity to earn extra income and bring these innovative learning experiences to their students.
I love that perspective.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. If done well, this marketplace could be a powerful tool for educational equity.
Yeah.
But it'll take a concerted effort from SimInsights, policymakers, and educators themselves to make sure that the benefits are shared widely.
It also makes me wonder about the future of teaching itself.
Okay.
If teachers are creating and selling their own simulations, could this lead to a more entrepreneurial model of education?
Yeah.
Where teachers have more autonomy and flexibility and students have access to a wider variety of learning experiences?
I think that's a really thought-provoking question.
I can imagine a future where some teachers choose to focus primarily on creating educational content,
Interesting.
becoming, the next generation of educational software developers.
Or maybe some teachers build entire curricula around their own simulations,
Yeah.
offering like unique learning experiences that attract students from all over.
Right. It's like the Wild West of education.
Yeah, it is.
And honestly, I'm kind of excited to see how it all unfolds.
Me too. But, let's be real. there will be growing pains
Of course.
and unexpected challenges along the way.
Absolutely. There always are when you're dealing with disruptive innovation.
So what advice would you give to teachers who are intrigued by this marketplace
Okay.
and want to get involved?
I would say, first of all, dive in and explore.
Okay.
Download Hyperskill.
Okay.
Try out some of the simulations in Skillful. Get a feel for the platform.
Get your feet wet.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah.
Think about, the challenges you face in your own classroom. The topics that are hard to teach, the concepts that students struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
Could a simulation help?
Yeah.
And think about your passions, too.
Okay.
What are you truly excited to share with students?
Yeah.
What unique knowledge or skills do you have
Right.
that could be turned into like a valuable learning experience?
I like that.
Tap into your inner creativity and see what you can come up with, okay? And don't be afraid to collaborate with other teachers.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Share ideas, get feedback, build a community of practice.
And I bet SimInsights will be eager to connect with teacher creators
Yeah.
and get their input as they develop the marketplace.
I'm sure they will. This is a movement that's being driven by educators.
Yeah.
And SimInsights seems to recognize that they're
Okay.
smart to tap into, the collective wisdom and creativity
Yeah.
of the teaching profession.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
what's the key takeaway for you?
For me, it's the sheer potential of this marketplace to transform not just how we teach, but how we think about the role of teachers in the educational ecosystem.
Okay.
It's about empowering educators to become innovators, entrepreneurs, and ultimately architects of the future of learning.
I love that, architects of the future of learning.
It's a powerful image.
It is.
And it's inspiring to think about all the amazing things that teachers will create
Yeah.
with this new platform.
So we've talked about like the potential of this marketplace and some of the challenges.
Right.
But I'm curious, like what are some like concrete examples of simulations that teachers could create and sell?
Okay.
I'm trying to like really visualize this.
Sure, yeah. So imagine like a history teacher
Okay.
creating a simulation where students role play as delegates to the Constitutional Convention.
Okay.
They could debate different proposals, negotiate compromises, and ultimately draft the Constitution.
Wow, that's a really great example.
Talk about bringing history to life.
Yeah. I can see students getting really invested in that. What about like for younger kids?
Yeah, so a science teacher could create a simulation where students explore the human body.
Okay.
Travel through the bloodstream, zoom in on cells,
Mm-hmm.
learn about different organs and systems.
It'd be like a virtual magic school bus adventure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
That's making me wish I could go back to school and experience all this.
Right.
But let's talk about the like business side of things for a minute.
Okay.
How much could teachers potentially earn
Yeah,
from selling their simulations?
that's a great question. And it's hard to say for sure because the marketplace isn't live yet.
Right.
But if we look at other online platforms,
Okay.
for educational resources, teachers can earn anywhere from a few dollars per sale
Okay.
to thousands of dollars per month,
Wow.
depending on the popularity of their content.
So it could be a nice little side hustle
Yeah,
or even a full-time gig if a teacher really hits it big.
absolutely. And I think that's, one of the most exciting aspects of this marketplace. It has the potential to create new economic opportunities for teachers,
Right.
recognizing their expertise and their creativity in a very tangible way.
Yeah, it feels like a real shift in like power dynamics too.
It is.
Teachers are no longer just consumers of educational content.
Right.
They're producers.
They're becoming thought leaders, innovators, entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
It's a whole new way of thinking about the teaching profession.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sold. What final thoughts or advice do you have
Okay.
for our listener who I know is like eager to get started?
Don't wait for the marketplace to launch.
Oh.
Start creating now.
Got it.
Experiment with hyperskill brainstorm ideas
Yeah.
and connect with other educators who are passionate about immersive learning.
And remember, this is about more than just making money.
Right.
It's about shaping the future of education
Yeah.
and creating learning experiences that are going to inspire and empower students for years to come.
That's beautifully said.
Yeah.
This marketplace has the potential to unleash this wave of creativity and innovation in education.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what teachers come up with.
And that's a wrap for our deep dive into hyperskill
Okay?
and the exciting possibilities of the upcoming marketplace.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed this exploration
Yeah.
and are feeling as energized as we are about the future of learning.
Me too.